Hi, everybody. Mr. Shea here. Just wanted to talk to everyone about storage of files. What has changed, where we came from, where we're going. We noticed, well, I noticed, only about 6 months ago. One day I was snooping around on our server and was looking at some settings and noticed that we still had mapped drives, shared drives, home drives. There's different names for the different drives we had, but a map drive referring to a local file storage on our network. Um, I thought that was a little weird. That was maybe like Christmas time last year that I noticed that for the first time, and I was like, oh, most schools aren't doing it that way, and I'm surprised that we still are. And even then I thought, at some point we should really address that and kind of offload everything, because that's just not, especially districts that are Google Workspace, even districts that are Office 365, kind of just offloaded everything into the cloud, and we did to a degree, but not 100%. Which later came back to bite us a bit in August when we were having all of our network issues that we had. And some files we were able to restore and recover, and some we could not. And so there were some people that really lost some serious files. So I'm going to talk now about our plan for file storage, kind of going forward from here, and what that looks like, why we're doing that. If you say, well, hey, Matt, did you recover any of my files? You can come talk to me. In a very limited capacity, we were able to recover some files, so I can try to look. But it's not been, it's been maybe a coin flip at best. So let me know. But going forward, what we are not going to be mapping drives again. So you will not see a H drive, a U drive, a home drive, a shared drive, whatever drive you did see in the past. We are going to be unmapping those if you even see them again, to not continue to store local files on our network here. The plan is that we'll continue going forward with Google Drive. There's a couple of reasons for that. First of all, since we are Google Drive, a Google Workspace for Education customer, we get, I'll say free, but we pay for some things, but we get 100 terabytes of storage. That is a massive amount. You can actually see down here on the bottom of my screen. We currently, as a district, are using 24 terabytes, and you guys have been using Google Drive well before I got here, probably in about 2014, 2015. So 100 terabytes, I might be retired by the time we actually fill that. So we just get a lot of storage with Google in Google Workspace. Google already has a backup product called Google Vault. So if someone accidentally deleted something, that goes to a backup. And then we have a secondary backup, I won't name here, but we do an incremental immutable backup to another space. So we feel our Google Drive solution and our backup solution is more robust than what we had, locally here inside our four walls, which kind of goes to show since we kind of lost so much from August. So going forward, the plan is that we're going to store anything that you need permanently should be in Google Drive. Now I'm going to share a couple ways of what that looks like, how that can be easier. I don't want to make things difficult for you, so how to get things in there. The first that we're looking at here is the regular Google Drive. You can drag and drop. I can click this new button and do a file upload and save whatever I want to save. If you're comfortable with that, don't change. Some of you that have only been here, less than 10 years, less than 5 years, this is all you really knew anyways. You didn't know that there were any map drives, and you've already backed up a lot of your stuff here, and by all means keep going. What I'm going to share is the Google Drive app, that I'll show in just a moment. If you want to do easier ways to save here, or additional ways, and potentially some additional syncing that might be valuable if you're used to saving a lot of things on your desktop. I know I'm guilty of it myself. My desktop gets a little messy. Sometimes I'm working on some current files and it's like, oh, really should probably save that. One other thing I'll mention here above and beyond that we might start to utilize more is the shared drive area, where we can make designated shared drives for HR forms and personnel forms, for the business office, for curriculum instruction, for CUSAC. I know that's a really fun one that's coming up. We have some administrative shared drives. We might make, I think we already have some, departmental shared drives in this area. So these shared drives are something designated by us, that certain people have permission levels to go and see, edit, add to. And so you might see more of that. And what's nice about shared drives is it persists past a specific person. If I'm creating a bunch of files, but then I, retire or win the lottery, Now someone's got to transfer ownership of my files. If I put them in the shared drive, that it doesn't matter if I'm here or not. Those files persist based upon those people that permission was shared with. So that is one thing that we'll continue to add to and flush out is how are we going to utilize shared drives, team drives. But you have your own My Drive. So let me share the Google Drive app and why you might want to go above and beyond. On most devices, we have already installed this, both on MacBooks and on Windows desktops. So if I go down here and just search for Drive, you're going to see, oh, Google Drive. Now when I click it, I've already signed in. I'm already syncing some things. So you can see mine's already staying up to date. And by the way, my screen looks black. If you're following along, your screen might be white. In most Google products, I've turned on dark mode because I'm getting old, my eyes get tired. But you would see this. If I hadn't already signed in, you can see I'm signed in over here. It would ask you this one time to allow Google Drive on your machine, and so you'd sign in with your Pequannock.org account. You'd allow it that one time, and it might walk you through a little wizard saying, "Oh, well, what would you like to back up?" By default, what this does, if this helps you kind of visualize, okay, well, why are we doing this? You'll notice over here, I've got my desktop, my downloads, my documents, like the typical things I would see on Windows and kind of similarly Mac. But now I have a G drive, so I'm seeing that here. From Windows, G Drive, and it's going straight to, oh, well, do you want to see My Drive or Share Drive? And when I click on it, this is my file structure. These are my files. They're not actually on this machine, it's cloud syncing. So when I click on G Drive here, and I can save here, I can copy from here, I can do the things I would normally do from File Explorer on Microsoft Windows, but it's going out to Google Drive to store this and let me access it. What's nice here is if I use Microsoft Word, if I use PowerPoint, if I use Publisher, and by the way, Microsoft's killing Publisher soon, so I don't get too excited about Publisher. When I go to File and Save As on Word, I see the G Drive, so I don't have to open Chrome. I don't have to open the Google Drive. I just see it as a it looks here like it's as if it's a map drive, and I can save here, but it's going to my Google Drive and being backed up. If this device died today, that file that I just saved to G Drive is stored, backed up, safe, and I can go and access it again from this machine, or if this machine died, I could go grab it from another machine. So those files will persist. If you're at this moment, if I just save something to desktop, downloads, or documents here, we're not backing that up anymore. So anything right now, anything you put on your desktop or documents here, you better hope you don't need that permanently, because if your device died, it would be gone. So this is the part I'm trying to share is you need to make a plan to back up that stuff if it is files that you need to have in the future. And this G Drive, the Google Drive app, will do that for you. Now through the setup, at one point it'll ask you, oh, are there other folders you would like to sync? And by default, it'll ask you, although it won't turn it on by default, but it'll ask you by default, hey, would you like to turn on syncing with your desktop? And would you like to turn on syncing with your documents? You're welcome to say yes to that. What you will see if you do say yes to that is, in Google Drive, you'd see a third little button here. You can tell that I didn't actually do it. That would say My Computer. They'll actually say My Computers, because you could actually sync multiple computers. And when you click it, it would say which computer it was. And you'll see in real time what was on your My Documents or your desktop will sync here. Now, let me differentiate. Syncing is different than storage. When I sync something, it's literally mirroring exactly what it sees. So if I go and delete a file from My Documents, it is also deleted in the syncing folder here, the computer folder that I would see. In My Drive, it's really in essence making a whole separate copy. Whether my desktop I delete it or not, in My Drive the files persist. when it's syncing, it's basically mirroring what it sees on whichever folders I told it to back up. Again, by default, it'll ask, oh, do you want to back up desktop documents? But you could back up pictures. You could back up your videos folder. You can choose more folders than just those. Or you can say, you know what, I don't really want to sync. When I'm working on a desktop here, it's really just in a temporary fashion anyways. I really don't want to sync that or back that up. But again, if you do, you're going to need to turn that on. If you need help, please see a tech person. You can put in a ticket and we'll come see you. You can tell us what time, whether it's your prep time, over lunch, after school, whenever is convenient for you. We could even potentially do it remotely to help you. That's that quick and easy. Just give us a holler. Again, if you're perfectly comfortable with this view, this is me in Chrome, and I've opened up Google Drive and I can just drag and drop files. By all means, have at it. But if that Google Drive app helps you, if that is quicker, if it saves you less clicks, if you are interested in syncing what is on your desktop and documents, that is something I would encourage. And if you need help, please reach out to us. But that's what we're going to be doing going forward. Sorry I didn't have this in place for day one of school. There's been some people I've helped, during the first week of school, showing them here, we're going to enable this now. So some of you already know how to do this and can help your peers. But now I'm ready to kind of like roll this out officially and say, here's how we're going to be doing storage going forward. And the answer, like many other school districts, is Google Drive. If you have any questions, let me know. And thanks for your attention.